Classic. Nutcracker comes to life, battle an evil mouse king. You remember the plot of this? The costumes have to be magical to tell that story. Christine is at the Kaufman Center where they're preparing for the first performance of this season, Christine.
I certainly am. Alexis, would you just hold on one second? I have to just jot a few notes. No, but this is one of the props. This is crazy. Watch your eyes.
Yeah.
Devin is still here with us. This is kind of fun, but these costumes are amazing. These are probably the most recognized, right? One of the most?
Yeah, definitely the mice from the battle scene, their big funny tails and their poofy tummies. You know, they are definitely sort of adorable.
But at the same time, you want to keep your distance.
Right,
How many people do you have to dress during this production?
Well, there's 106 different children's roles, and there's around 89 company roles. So you do the math, that's close to 200 different costumes have to be put on an individual and taken off, and of course then all of their laundering has to be done between every show. So it's extensive what the wardrobe department has to do in order to get this show up and running.
I am going to have Doug kind of start venturing off to show off these amazing costumes. How long does it take to produce all these costumes?
Oh my goodness, from the beginning of the design process, I would say it took us at least a year and a couple of months from the time it was designed till the time we found ourselves with costumes that we could wear on stage.
This is so fun. What are kind of the age differences? Because you mentioned kids. How young is the youngest, do you think?
The youngest is around 5, and then from that point, of course, we go on up, 5s to 7, something like that. And then, what the?
What?
What happened?
Who am I? What happened? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so 5. How do you make sure they get in place? Is something funny?
No, actually nothing. You look great.
How do you make sure they get in place? Like, do you dangle objects, entice them with food? How do you make sure they're where they need to be 5 years old?
Like, for instance, if you look down on the floor, you're standing on the tape. These tape marks along here are just exactly, you know, the kids have to put their toes on the line and get ready for each piece they're going to do. Of course, they come from another floor, they elevator down, they're in their costumes, they stand here, then they're told go to the stage, they do their piece on stage, they come back, they go up the elevator, they finally get their costume back off. But that's a whole nother choreographic event that happens just backstage just to get the children in and out of their roles.
I'm going to ask, I'm getting personal with you. Are you ready?
Go for it.
What do they have underneath that they can change so fast? Are they kind of whipping it off and whipping it on? What's underneath?
They got tights and leotards.
Just a standard something.
They're under tights and leos, which are things that they wear every day for ballet class.
Well, I'm happy that you mentioned leotards, because coming up we are going to see a lot of those, because you saw the dancers earlier. We're going to see them in action. You don't want to miss this. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this on or not the rest of the day.
It
Christine,
definitely brings attention.
You have to come back to the station wearing a leotard and a mouse head. Then the day will be complete.
Go Mouse King.
The calligraphy pen
I'll think about it.
as a weapon. Thanks, guys.